html.htm, logo.png, 24web.css, and n24web.html. These are the source files. Task 1, evidence document. Create a new word process document. Make sure your name, sender number, and candidate number appear on every page of this document. So then save this document in your work area as n24evidence underscore, followed by your sender number, candidate number, for example, just like this. You will use this as your evidence documents during the examination. So those are the instructions for the evidence document. So you can create a folder. Let me use this folder. In this folder, let me create a new document called new document, and I call it evidence underscore according to the instruction, evidence underscore center number and candidate number. Okay, and in the evidence document, let your name according to the instruction and center number show on every page. Your name, center number, and candidate number. In my case, let me use 001. Okay, for the evidence documents. Then next is task 2, spreadsheet. You work for Tawara web developers and you will edit a spreadsheet that analyzes data on web page ads and advertising. Okay, step 1, open and examine the file n24eats.csv. So I'll go back to my source file. Here's my source file, n24eats. Here is the file in a spreadsheet. The question says open and examine the file, so I have opened it. In examining the file, I realize that data is arranged vertically here, and then it extends to this AC here. Okay, I have seen some data here. Okay, so then what's the next thing? Rows 9 to 38 show the number of hits on visits to each web page during a 24-hour period. The number of hits for each hour are stored in column F to AC. Column F, here is it, to AC. Okay, just like that. Then place your name, center number, and candidate number on the left in the header. On the left in the header, your name, center number, and candidate number to the left in the header. Then what else? Place the text created on, followed by space, then the automated dates, on the right in the header. So on the right, created on, followed by a space, automated dates. Okay, that is that in the header. Save this as a spreadsheet with the file name it. So we're saving it as it, followed by your sender number and candidate number, just like this. So save it as a spreadsheet file. Save as, you save it in the folder created. What's the name of the folder I created? That's October, November. So let me search for the folder October, November. Here is it. Okay, I'm doing it here. So save it as it, followed by your followed by your center number and candidate number. Save it as a spreadsheet. You change the save as type to Excel workbook, and it looks like this. You can come back to normal view. Then that's for 2 marks. After that, format all data in rows 9 to 38 to be center aligned. Rows 9 to 38, rows 9 to 38, rows 9 to 38 to be center aligned. Rows 9 to 38 to be center aligned. Then format rows 1 to 8 of the spreadsheet so that it looks like this. Okay, everything is so everything here is right aligned. Then this is right aligned too. Right aligned too. Then after that, center align and right align. This is center align. Center align. Then traffic threshold. So merge and center. Then rate center. Rate center. Then number of pages. Okay, that is bolding. Okay, then after that, the next thing is row 8 center, and then this is center and text wrap. Okay, total number of hits. Then middle align. Okay, bold it. Then what else? This is this. Okay, what else? Make sure cells A1 to F1 and D3 to E3 are merged. A1 F1 merge, D3 to E3, this D3 to E3 merge. Okay, then make sure the text in row 1 is in a 24-point font. 24. Okay, what else? 24 points. Traffic level. Traffic level this way, then this way. Okay, this is almost like what we have in the model given. Okay, good. That is for 10 marks. Place a replicable formula in cell B9 to calculate the number of hits for the web page during the 24-hour period. In cell B9 to calculate the number of hits. Here is B9 to calculate the number of hits. So for the 24 hours, the first hour he has 327, the second hour, the third hour till the 24th hour. So that will be sum of all equals sum of all of this. Okay, and that's total hits for the period of 24 hours. Then the next one is place a replicable formula in cell C9 So calculate the average number of hits per hour for this web page, the average. Okay, you use the function called average, and average of all of this. Okay, and that is this average of all of this. You can see that average of from F9 to AC9. Okay, then the next one also is place a replicable formula in cell D9 using nested if functions to display the text from cells D4, D5, or D6 when the content of cell C9 is greater than the traffic threshold. So what we need to do, let's look at the traffic threshold. This is the traffic threshold. It will be high for 400, it will be medium for 250, it will be low for 0. But the question actually says when the content of cell is greater than the threshold. So the content of C, if it's greater than the threshold, so it means that if our average hourly number of hits is greater than what is here, it should be high. If it's greater than what is here, it should be medium. If it's greater than 0, it should be low. So then you use the nested if equals if open bracket if what is here is greater. That's the instruction here. If it is greater, C9 is greater than the traffic threshold. So if it's greater than what is here, then it should return what? I. Because that's what the instruction says. That it should return D4, D5, or D6. Okay, D4 is I, D5 is medium, and D6 is low. So if what is in C9 is greater than this, then it should return D4, comma. Then another if what is in C9, if C9 is greater than what is here, then it should return medium. Then value if false, it should return low automatically. So close bracket, close bracket. Okay, because this is greater than this, it returns I. So but it remains one other thing we need to do. Now if you replicate, you want this to be absolute, so that as you replicate, control is not shifting from this block of cells. So because of that, the only thing that can change is C9 for the next one to be C10. So that means this one remains constant. E4 remains constant. So then D4 remains constant too. So we'll make this what? Absolute by putting the $sign absolute. Then we make this absolute. So if what is here is greater than E5, then it should return D5. So we'll make that absolute too. Okay, we make that absolute too. All right, we have seen that. So if C9 is greater than E4, it should return I. Okay, if not, if C9 is greater than E5, then it should return D5. If not, it should return D6. And that's what we have here. Okay, then the next one, what's the next instruction? And that's why it's for 9 marks. Okay, please take note of that. The next one is place a replicable formula in cell E9 to look up the rates for this traffic level and multiply it by the total number of hits for this web page. So place a replicable formula in cell E9. So go to E9 to look up the rates. Where is the rates? Look at the rates. Since this data here is arranged vertically, so we are going to use Vlookup. Okay, Vlookup. What is the lookup value? It will be what is here, I, which is D9, comma. What is table array? The table array will be this. Good. Then what will be the column index number? The column index number will be, according to the instruction, in cell E9 to look up the rates for this traffic level. So rate is in what? The third column of this selection, 1, 2, 3. So that will be 3. And then range lookup will be false, or you just type 0 there. Okay, close. Now, but there's something they want us to do. They said it should look up the rate and multiply it by the total number of hits for this web page. So to multiply whatever you get here, that's star the total number of hits, which is this. All right, good. Take notes. Okay, then there's one more thing to do there. Now, if you look at the model given to us, this rate carries what? A currency symbol, which is dollar. So we need to format this to carry this. And if you look at it, you have this rate in how many decimal places? That is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to take note of this. So we need to format this model also. Now I'll come to that, but there's one more thing I want us to take note. If you look at this table array, we don't want control to shift away from this table array. So because of that, and you see D9 is in this place, B9 is in this place, so it's only this that we are going to lock. To lock it, we highlight it and press F4, such that when we replicate, control would not shift from that table array. Then we'll press enter. So we have this is the advertising revenue. But before we do, let's format this to carry the dollar sign. You select, go to dollar, more accounting, you can pick dollar, decimal places, set it to 4, and you have this. So it carries this, and we have it to 4 decimal places. That's the advertising revenue. So since this is talking about currency, we can as well, make this to dollar sign 2. But before we do, look at what the instruction says. Place a replicable formula in cell E9 to look up the rate for this travel and multiply it by the total number of it for this web page. Okay, so I can make this one also to have this. Okay, to have that dollar sign, or better still, I may copy the format painter here and place it here so that I have it this way. Okay, what else? I think that's all. So let's try to follow the next instruction, so which is replicate the formula entered in steps 3 to 6 for all web pages. So replicate it. So from step 3 to step 6, step 3 is here, so I'll replicate for all of this. Now I'll replicate for all of this. I'll replicate for all of this. Oh, there's something that is wrong here. I think we didn't pick the correct we didn't lock. Oh, sorry, there's an error already. How do we have E14 if? Let's see, is E14. Okay, comma. If C9 is greater than, where is C9? Okay, hourly average, if it's greater than D, is greater than E4, it should return what? D4, which is correct. Okay, with these two, which is correct. So let me replicate. Okay, good. So there was a mistake there, maybe typo error, and it has been corrected. Okay, so we have this now. You see that? So if you click inside, you will see this control is not shifting where it shouldn't shift. Okay, good. You can see that. All right, after this, you can replicate for these two. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, this is how you know that you have done a good job. And then we have earned the 6 marks for a year, 1 mark for a year. Format cells E9 to E38 as currency in dollars to 2 decimal places. E9 to E38, this is E9. So to format to 2 decimal places, just go to more and set it to 2 decimal places. Okay, then replicate down. Everything will be to 2 decimal places. Okay, good. Then we have done this. Then the next one, place a replicable formula in cell B4. Place a replicable formula in cell B4 to count the number of web pages with high traffic. Okay, place a replicable formula in cell B4. Cell B4. Yeah, yes, B4. Okay, to count the number of web pages with high traffic. So those ones that have I is going to count. So that will be easy for us. So we are going to use a function called Countif. Okay, Countif. The syntax for Countif is range comma criteria. Which range are we counting from? This is the range. So we select down the entire range. Okay, and what's our criteria? Criteria is for the I. Since there is a I, there's a test called I. Just use it for the criteria. Okay, so you just pick it from there. I, since what we have here is high traffic and you have high here, medium traffic, you have medium here, low traffic, you have low here. So instead of typing the text and putting it in speech mark, you can just click on this cell, since that's exactly what you're looking for, which is for high, the next one for medium, the next one for low. Okay, because the question even says a replicable formula. So if you type the text, it will not be replicable. So instead of, we click on the cells here. So then there's one more thing. You realize that we are searching through this range. So we are going to make this range absolute. Select it and press F4. All right, to make it absolute for that particular cell. We are not making this absolute because we are still going to replicate here. We don't want control to shift away from this range. That's why we are making absolute. So we have 15. So if I replicate now, we have 15 plus 5, 20, and then plus 10, 30. If you look at what we have here, we have 30 web pages. 30 web pages. Look at it, 30 web pages. That's when you know what you have there is correct. Then the next one, so we have done this. So save your spreadsheet for 5 marks. So to save the spreadsheet, just come and click on save. Then what's the next thing to do? Print only cells A1 to F38. A1 to F38. A1 to F38. F38. Here is it. A1 to F38. That's what we are asked to print. Print only cells A1 to F38, showing the formulae. Showing the formulae. So you go to formulas and go to show formulae. So you have all of these. Then you can double tap to make sure nothing is hidden. To adjust it. Okay, nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. Okay, then what's the next thing the instruction is saying? Make sure the printout is in portrait orientation. Portrait orientation. Okay, portrait, that's page layout. Orientation portrait. The paper size is A4. Okay, then the row and column headings are displayed. The row and column headings. So you go to print titles and click on row and column headings. Okay, what more? The content of these cells are fully visible. All of this for 2 marks. Then you go to print preview and see the way it looks. Okay, this is 1, 2. So what we are going to do is, instead of print active sheets, we are going to pick print selection, so that I can only show those parts we selected. Okay, good. So you can go to print previews. I like to use page break preview, so to see anything that needs to be done. Okay, this is why we have 3 pages. Okay, check it very well and see why we have 3 pages. So we have this page, and this page. Go back to print preview, check what we have. This page 3, this page 1. Okay, good. Of this, okay. If you want to show grid lines, you can say grid lines, print preview, so that you can see it. This page 3, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, the selection, that's exactly what the question says we should print. Okay, make sure everything is intact. Okay, good. Then we can print this as our first print. Let me zoom to see clearly. Okay, ensuring nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. Okay, all right, this really makes sense. That's for the first printing. Let me see the question for 2 marks. Then after that, let me print this as PDF. I just come to print. After you have selected print selection, you have checked the preview, you are satisfied with what you're seeing, then hit the print button. Then the next one, the question says apply conditional formatting to cells D9 to D38. Cells D9 to D38. So locate that, come back to normal view, cells D9, D9, this is D9. Okay, apply conditional formatting to cell D9 to D38. So I will go back to formulas, show formula, so that I can see values. Okay, then inclusive to display a green background if the cell contains I. So D9, so I will select D9 to D38. That's according to the instruction. So then I will go to conditional formatting. I'll go to new rules. I'll say cells on format only cells that contain I. A green background if the cell contains I. That's the instruction. Cells that contain I, so I will say specific text containing I. Okay, you format it such that it has a green background, font, green color, green background. Oh, sorry, let me return it. A green background, that's fill. A green background, that's fill. And I'll say okay. Then it has highlighted all the eyes. Then an orange background if the cell contains medium. So I will do again an orange background, new rules, an orange background, specific text if it contains medium. Then I go to format, orange background is orange, an orange background for fill. I say okay. Then the next one, a red background if it contains low, red background if it contains low. I will do for the same, having it selected, new rule, contain specific text, contains low. Then I'll pick red fill. Okay, and I have this neatly done. Okay, make sure the text in each cell is clearly visible. Take a screenshot of your method, making sure that the formatting set and range of cells are clearly visible. Okay, place this in the evidence document. This is for 5 marks, so I'll make sure that all these are fully visible. Then I go to conditional formatting, I go to manage rules. I'll make sure that all of these are fully done. Then I place this here to take the screenshots. Okay, so that it will show the cells D9 to D38, contains low, contains medium, then contains high, so things like that. Then I take the screenshots and take it with it. Okay, copy, and I go to my evidence document. I can call this evidence 1, since that's the first evidence. Then I paste that. Okay, then I go back to the question. Change the font color of cells F8 to AC38. F8 to AC38. F8. I'm done with this F8. This F8 to F38. Let me be sure. Sorry, F8 to AC38. This F8. I'll select to this F8 to AC38. So from AC38, I'll select down because of the 38. Okay, good. Then what else? Make it white so that the contents are not visible. Make it white. So I change the color, font color to white so that they are not visible. Then print only columns A to F inclusive, showing the values. A to F is A to F inclusive, showing the value. So I select that A to F columns, all the columns. Okay, A to F, making sure that the printout fit on a single page. I'll go to page layout, A4, portrait. Let me go to print preview. Then the printout fit on a single page. The printout is in portrait. Row and column heading not displayed. I'll go to sheet, row and column heading not display. Then the content of all cells except those where the font color is white are fully visible. Okay, I'll go to print preview. I'll say print selection, and it should be one page wide. So I'm going to make it scaling fits all columns on one page wide. But this is hidden. I'll go back. I'll go and make it open so that it should not be hidden. Okay, let me try this. This also should not be hidden. Nothing should be hidden. I can make this like this instead of taking and make this like this. Okay, I can also make this like this so that it wraps. Okay, then nothing is hidden here. Okay, good. Then I can go to print preview and see the way it looks. Wow, this is beautiful. So everything on one page. Good. Then the content of all cell, and this is for 4 marks. So then I see it like this, check it, everything is intact, and I hit the print button for the second printout. So we have done all this. So all of this will give you 46 marks. So this is how simple the spreadsheet for October November 2024 is. So we have finished the paper. Is that simple? So you just print and go to your evidence document, then you print your evidence document. So this is how we have come to the end of the spreadsheet question, or the spreadsheet part of this question. It is simple. Ensure you always follow instruction. Instruction will be given line by line. Follow it, and then you can be sure that you score 100% in the practical paper. Thank you for watching. Join me in the next video where we shall be looking at the website authoring part of this same question. See you. Bye for now.